What's going on, my guys? Lost and Found Dating channel back at it again, like we never left. We're already back. It seems like we just coming out with videos each and every day because we're grinding, we're hustling. But we're here again with another dating topic. I want to say thank you guys for all the support thus far. Thank you for the ladies who've been watching the channel as well. Thank you ladies for the support thus far, for all the views, comments, likes on the videos. We really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's not wait any longer. Let's not delay things. Let's dive into this week's topic. All right, fellas, here we are again with another dating topic. And for this video, we're gonna be talking about some challenges that us guys face as far as online dating, and some tips and some strategies and some mindset that I think will help you if you do use online dating, and some things that I think will help you as far as limiting some of your frustration that you may be having with online dating. So let's dive in. All right, guys, so we're gonna start this video off with a tall glass of truth serum when it comes to online dating. And this is something that I think is very important for you guys to know. This is some perspective and some knowledge that I've gathered from talking with women whom I know about online dating and seeing how they navigate, online dating apps. This is from literally sitting there and watching female friends of mine as they're online, dating online, swiping left, swiping right, watching how they navigate and watching how they interact with each other when they're using online dating apps. And this also comes from my own personal experience as far as someone who has used online dating apps to meet women, to set up dates with women. Now, there are some women out there who use online dating apps to meet guys, to match and meet guys they're interested in getting to know and possibly going out with and possibly dating. There are women who use dating apps for that purpose. That being said, not each and every woman who has an account on an app or on a dating website is using the app or the website for that purpose. And I know it sounds crazy to you guys. You're like, well, it's a dating app, it's a dating website. Why wouldn't you use it to date people? Why wouldn't you use it to meet people whom you're looking to possibly go out with, go on dates with, and get to know? Why? That's what it's for. Why wouldn't you use the app for that purpose? However, in all honesty, and again, this is from just experience and meeting women and talking with women about dating apps and from my own interactions, there are some women who have an account, have a dating profile, but they just have the app for the conversations, for the attention, for the compliments, for the validation that it allows them to get. They have the app in order to be able to flirt with guys, in order to have that experience of being pursued by guys. But at the end of the day, they're not really looking to actually meet in person with any of the guys they meet on the app. Some of you guys out there are left clueless when you message a woman who you matched with and she didn't respond to your message. Some of you guys have even been in situations where you've been messaging back and forth and you're like, I did everything right. I was confident, I was respectful, I was patient. We were flirting back and forth with each other, and then I asked her out and she totally disappeared. Maybe she ignored your message, or maybe she unmatched with you when you asked her out, and you're like, what's up with that? This is a dating app. How could she do this to me? How could she do it? Now, I've talked about this before when I've touched on exchanging numbers with women, right? And I've said this before, when you meet a woman and let's say you have a conversation and you exchange numbers, or let's say you ask her for her number and she gives you her number. I've talked about this before. In my personal opinion, I think a woman giving you her number, as far as the grand scheme of her interests and where things could possibly go, you know, using her giving you, using her giving you her number as a predictor or a measure of her interest, I think it's maybe, if you could see it, it's probably, it matters this much in the grand scheme of things. Her giving you her number means about this much, right? Comparing that with you two matching on an app, if exchanging numbers means this much, matching on an app, you see my fingernail right there? We're going focus, you see there, right there? Matching on an app means about 1/100th of that much, as far as just grand scheme, interest level, how much she's gonna be into you. It really means nothing, guys. You will match with women who you reach out to, you send a message to, they don't respond. You will match with women and a couple minutes later they unmatch with you. You really cannot use it as a judge or a predictor of how much she's into you. I'm telling you guys, you just can't do it. You can match with her that day, and like I said, she unmatches with you and it goes nowhere. You can match with her and be exchanging a couple of messages back and forth for a couple of days, and then she just stops responding and it goes nowhere. So at any point when you're dealing with online dating, just understand this is not a circumstance where you want to have huge expectations. You know, when you match with a woman, maybe things will lead to somewhere, maybe they won't, but as far as your expectations, they should probably be the lowest. You know, they could be, you know, when you're meeting in person, you're exchanging numbers, that's one thing. Meeting and matching on an app, you really want to make sure that you respond accordingly as far as your expectations, and you really sort of put a ceiling on how big your expectations are as far as that leading somewhere. Maybe it can, but don't start thinking, oh, as soon as I match with her, she really likes me, she's really interested in me, she's definitely gonna want to go on a date with me. I know that it is a dating app, and the purpose, you know, conventionally in most people's minds is use the app for dating, but that's in reality, in actual practice, that's not how things happen all of the time. Now, you will never know for sure why she stopped responding or why she unmatched you. You know, in all honesty, I'm not gonna say 100% of the time that it's because she had no interest in going on a date with you, or she has no interest in using the app for dating purposes. You know, to say that 100% of the time that's the reason, that's just not true. Sometimes it could be something that you said or something that you brought up in the conversation. It could be that sometimes, but it could also just be that her interest just kind of phased out of the conversation. She got bored. She decided that day, hey, you know, I'm gonna delete the app. I'm not really that interested. You know, people's interest in dating apps, you know, it has peaks and valleys. I know lots of people who one day, oh, I'm totally into online dating, I'm gonna give it a try, and then the next day they delete it. Among men and women, that kind of thing happens all the time. For a lot of guys out there, the thing that you appreciate and you value most about online dating is the convenience factor, right? It's the factor that I can sit at home, you know, from the comforts of my own home. I don't have to go outside and necessarily meet people in person. I'm able to talk to women, I'm able to flirt with women, I'm able to set up dates without necessarily have to meet the woman in person. I'm able to do it just conveniently on my own time and literally from any location. And dating apps can be very appealing, especially to guys who are maybe a little bit more introverted, who are a little bit more shy, maybe are a little bit more anxious or nervous about meeting women in person. I'm not saying that 100% of the guys who use online dating fall into that category, but what I am saying is there's a unique appeal to online dating for guys who look at meeting women in person as a challenge. There's a unique appeal there in that they can meet with women, they can talk to women, they can have conversations without dealing with that challenge or that added layer there of meeting women in person and the anxiety. And let's say he comes across the profile of a woman and he just finds her absolutely gorgeous from head to toe. He thinks she has a great body, great smile. He likes what she says in her profile, and he's looking at her like, man, you know, this woman's absolutely gorgeous. She's beautiful. She looks like she could be a model, right? If there's a lot of guys who are looking at that woman with that same sense of appeal and look at her and see that she's very desirable, do you think that woman is relying or is as dependent upon the dating app as maybe, let's say, that guy is? I would suspect that the answer is no, right? She could probably just as easily not use online dating and get tons of offers, whether it's through social media or whether it's going out and meeting guys in person, right? A lot of women who are very desirable, they're trying to avoid certain guys approaching them or hitting on them or flirting with them or catcalling them, whatever the case may be, right? A lot of women are trying to sort of filter out guys, whereas there's guys who are using online dating and they're solely dependent on that as far as meeting women, right? So you have those two categories. One person who's not really that much dependent on the app, and the guy who is very much dependent on dating and on online dating, I should say. And to add to that factor, I've read a lot of articles out there and a lot of surveys and studies have shown that more men use online dating than women do, right? So there's a significantly higher proportion of men using online dating apps than there are women. So now not only do you have a lot of women or some women who don't really need to use the app as far as attracting the opposite sex, and some men who need to use the app in order to feel like they have a chance at attracting women. You also have a higher proportion of men competing for and trying to get the attention of and trying to pursue a smaller minority of women when it comes to this app. So for a lot of these men, online dating is a necessity, but a lot of the women whom they're trying to attract, who they're pursuing, online dating is more of a luxury, right? They're coming to the scenario on sort of an uneven playing field, if you will. Now, I certainly don't know what it's like to navigate a dating app or a dating website as an attractive, desirable woman. But as I've told you guys, from women I know, friends, co-workers, female clients whom I train, a lot of them literally go on the app just to kind of occupy their time when they're bored. They'll tell me, yeah, I go on it when I'm bored, or when I just want to flirt with guys, or when I just, want some attention from guys. They'll literally sit there, and sometimes they're at home drinking wine with their friends and they're just swiping through the app, laughing at guys' profiles or having a roasting session about this guy's pictures or this guy's profiles, or they're laughing with each other, comparing, what this guy said in his first message and the funny line that this guy used, Whereas, again, I'm making broad generalizations here, but a lot of guys are out there, as soon as they match with a woman, they're like, cool, what should I say to her? And they look at it as kind of this opportunity where they can build some chemistry and start talking with her and maybe pursue an opportunity to go on a date with her. But sometimes the woman who he's conversing with is just kind of using this app to pass time and just to, you know, have fun with their friends. Or I've seen women who go on each other's apps and you know, they'll take their friend's phone and they just send messages to guys and flirt with guys, you know, just as like a prank, so that when they give her the phone back, she'll see all the messages that she sent out. You know, some women do things like that. So it just goes to show you guys, like I said in the beginning of this video, I want you to know that not every woman whom you meet on the app is looking to use it for the same purpose that you may be looking to use the app for. And I didn't even mention this factor. If you go on some profiles, you'll see women have no bio. They have no bio, they have no information about themselves. And it's not just about the no bio thing. I'm sure there's guys who have no bio too, but there's women who put their Venmo username or their Cash App username or their PayPal, literally just trying to solicit money out of guys. You know, Venmo me $5 and I'll send you a picture of my toes. You know, crazy stuff like that. That, you know, again, I've never navigated the app as a woman, so I can't see other guys' profiles, but I don't think there's guys out there trying to solicit women, you know, for money and things, for pictures of his feet, or for, you know, for mailing their underwear to him, things like that. I just don't think most guys out there are doing that. And again, guys, I'm by no means trying to say that 100% of the women out there or all the women out there are using it for the purpose. Some of them are genuinely looking to meet guys and to try to set up dates and you know, explore and see who's out there. But some of them, as I mentioned, are just using the app to pass time, have fun, flirt a little bit, and, you know, get pictures in return, get money in return for pictures of their toes, guys. It is what it is. And again, guys, I know, let me say this again, I know that I'm making generalizations here, but the point that I'm trying to drive home is you do have some men who are using online apps, and that's really their sole way of being able to pursue and interact with the opposite sex. And I'm not blaming that on women by any means. That's not women's fault. So I'm not looking to bring things in that direction. But what I'm saying is you have a lot of guys who are only able to interact with women, and the main way that they feel comfortable doing it is through online dating. Whereas a lot of the women whom they're pursuing and trying to build chemistry with may not be looking at the app with that same purpose, may not be using it to actually go on dates with all these guys, but maybe they're just using it out of convenience. They'll go on a date with a guy they meet every now and then, but not every guy they match with is someone whom they're looking to actually meet and spend time with in person. So I hope that gives you guys some perspective as far as the whole online dating situation. And really a lot of this video is to help for some of you guys out there who are maybe getting a little frustrated with online dating, or you take it very seriously. There was definitely some points in time where I got frustrated when it came to online dating, and I'm like, man, a lot of these women who I'm setting up dates with, they're flaking at the last minute, or they're canceling, or they're unmatching, and I'm just not sure what's going on. Really, I want you guys to not be so frustrated and not have an emotional response. You know, understand that online dating is a tool, it's a vehicle that you can use to meet women, but you don't necessarily want to put all of your eggs in one basket. I really encourage you guys to be out there meeting women in person, wherever you go, grocery store, gym, laundromat, library, in class. You know, those are opportunities where you can meet a woman in person. You can see how she's responding to you. You can see her body language, right? There's immediate feedback there. When you're dealing with online dating, there's just so many different layers and so many different factors. Like I said, the disparity between the number of women who are on the app versus the number of men, a lot of things that just complicate it and have led me to understand that it's not something that you want to take too seriously, guys, if you know what I mean. You know, you can use it as a tool here and there. You may meet women who are looking to explore chemistry with you and set up a date with you in person. But that is, for a lot of guys, I would say for most guys, that's going to be a small minority, right? When it comes to the number of women whom you match with, it's going to be a small minority of women whom you actually, you know, talk with and build conversation with and actually end up going on a date with. It's not going to be a majority of those women. Just understand that, guys. So hope that helps address some of that frustration. I hope maybe you look at online dating with a different mindset and kind of limit your expectations. And again, I really encourage you to go out there and meet women in person. Yes, it is a little bit more uncomfortable. Yes, it is more challenging, but the benefit from that is those different pieces that I mentioned, right? There's the live feedback and body language and response that you're getting from her. You can get a sense whether she's interested or not. It's very hard to do that when you're messaging, you know, on an app or on a website. So signing off on this video. Hope you guys got some good nuggets from this. Curious to hear what you guys think, what some of your experiences have been with online dating. Do you find it challenging? Do you find it frustrating? And for the ladies out there too, feel free to come at me if you are someone who, you know, you strictly use online dating to meet guys and you're not looking to use it, you know, to get compliments and validation and attention from guys, those things. If that is you, definitely speak up and leave a comment and let me know, you know, what it is from a female's perspective as far as how you view online dating and whether or not you've been able to have success from it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Double salute. Signing out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be the very first to know, number one, when we come out with new content each and every week. Catch you guys next time. Peace.